back. We're doing another director's cut, this time on Robert Eggers.
What is special about doing a director's cut on Robert Eggers?
Well, he's the first millennial director that we've done.
That's kind of depressing.
Are you sure?
Yeah, born 1983.
He's okay. He looks my age. He has a disgust for modern technology.
He's a cinematic Luddite.
He likes period dramas, period pieces, obviously. He said the latest he'll go, or the most current he'll go, is the 1950s.
Why the 50s?
That's just as far as he would go.
Now, is that true with the technology he uses as well?
Yeah, he doesn't do digital film.
But why does he love period pieces so much? Period dramas.
One of the nice things about doing a period piece is that you can sort of capture a time period well, whether it's, 17th century New England or 11th century Iceland, something like that.
Yeah.
But when you do modern or contemporary pieces, you're kind of making a statement about things that you don't know that much about yet. The book hasn't been written yet.
A little bit about him. He was born in New York City. He did move to, I think, Wyoming, which is where his mom married Walter Eggers, I believe is his name. And he was a professor of English. And then I think they moved to New Hampshire.
He grew up without knowing who his father was, his biological father. I don't know if he ever found out who his father is,
or didn't want to meet him, didn't care.
Where did he go to film school? Or?
Music and Acting Academy in New York, something like that.
And he did little films at the school.
He got a new. The
short
career was doing design work and directing for theater. Then he did a bunch of shorts. I think there's even a documentary in his resume. And then, boom, he writes and directs his first full feature film, which was The Witch.
What's that like to live deliciously?
Yes.
Did he make that independently and then sell it to studios, or did he get the go ahead?
Yeah, so a studio picked it up, but he was able to get financing for it, which is very impressive.
Right.
Like, to do your first feature.
Right.
And to have it be such a high quality film.
Yeah, we've already talked about The Witch.
Mm-hmm.
We talked about it during Halloween. We
Yeah.
did a second look on it. It's a great film. Check it out if you haven't seen it. Yeah, there's not really much more we can say about it.
Right.
Certainly the great cast.
It's a great freshman debut for him.
Mhm.
Yeah. It immediately made him known for his high quality of capturing a period and his attention to detail.
He did his homework not only in terms of like the cast and the set and the clothing and all that, but also did his homework in terms of researching these New England folktales, and really tying them together beautifully.
How I crave to sink my teeth into thy pink flesh. If ever thou tellest thy mother of this, I'll witch thee and thy mother.
Get away from the killer, or she'll witch thee.
Him nailing the
cadence and
the cadence,
dialect.
the dialect. That to me is one of the special things about that movie, that he chose to not be lazy. And I think we all gave that movie, The Witch, an A, and it really does check all the boxes in terms of like writing, cast, the chemistry of the cast, great dialogue.
It works on many levels, as a horror film, as a drama, as a period piece.
Some pretty disturbingly scary moments. The most being, I still think, the bathing of the blood.
Oh, absolutely. and what a powerful and disturbing way to open a movie. And set a tone immediately.
People were like, wow, it's been a while since we've seen a great horror movie. What's this guy up to next? What's he going to do next? Bill, what was he going to do next?
He's going to do The Lighthouse.
What? That's what I mean! That's the trouble with you. That's the trouble with ye. With you! With ye! No! No!
We were excited about that.
I can't think, and I mean this, I can't think of a movie I was more looking forward to in the past 20 years.
What about Phantom Menace?
No. That's your wheelhouse. That's not.
Same, Bill. I was real excited. I love the fact that William Dafoe, I was like, oh, William Dafoe's going to be in this. And the guy from, of all movies, like the Twilight movies.
He was really good in it.
But he was also in a Harry Potter.
He's one of the kids,
But I was like, why him? Like, okay, fine, he got the job. All right, we'll see what happens. What was your first impressions of The Lighthouse, Chris?
I thought it was great. I watched it again a couple nights ago, and I think it holds up. My only criticism is that it's like about maybe 15, 20 minutes too long.
And you had high expectations. You were very excited about it. What would you say your impression was after you watched it the first time?
I was really disappointed. There's a lot there that doesn't sort of lead to anywhere meaningful. he seems to be interested in mythology, right, and folktales, which is wonderful, and I am as well. And he rightly, was focusing on American folktales and American mythology. Some say the first true great American writer was Nathaniel Hawthorne. And Nathaniel Hawthorne really wrote, Scarlet Letter, and much of his work was based on 17th century America.
That's the long past for him.
Right.
At that time.
And then many would point to Washington Irving and others, but Herman Melville, for some people, is considered top 5 American author of all time.
And Melville's all over The Lighthouse.
All over The Lighthouse. The sea is a great setting for drama, just by its nature. And so sea tales in almost every seafaring country, Greece in particular, the Odyssey, perils faced at sea have always, captured listeners and audiences for literally thousands of years. So it's understandable that would be his next stop.
Out of the 4 films, I think this is the best looking, the best shot.
Really?
Yeah.
I have to think about that.
There's so many shots that stick with me every time I watch this.
Was it black and white?
It was.
The whole thing was black and white.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is great, and I think that was the right decision.
It reminds me a lot of Ingmar Bergman. It's got the Sven Nykvist, his cinematographer that he used all the time. It's got his look.
Mm-hmm.
And specifically like Bergman's Hour of the Wolf.
Vet du vad den kallas? De gamla kallade den vargtimmen.
It reminds me a lot of Ingmar Bergman, Fellini, and especially David Lynch. And to me, those movies are more about experiences.
I don't see David Lynch in this.
Oh, I do. There's certain shots that are seem like they're directly taken from Eraserhead.
Okay.
And also The Elephant Man, too.
Not only Ingmar Bergman, but Fritz Lang's M, where shadows play a huge role. But that makes it, for me, kind of derivative, because it's clear that he's trying way too hard in this movie.
He's pulling from a lot of different influences.
Way too hard.
I'm probably a figment of your imagination. This rock is a figment of your imagination, too.
Are they the same character? Are they 2 sides of the same character?
You think they're one person?
Who's gone insane and his personality is...
I never thought that.
You find out that they're both named Thomas.
Right.
And then later on, Pattinson's Thomas kills Willem Dafoe's character, buries him. And then literally 5 minutes later, Dafoe's character, Thomas, comes up and tries to kill him with a pickaxe later. This is all in the conclusion. Right. And I was like, I wonder if maybe they're supposed to be this same character and they've had a psyche split.
There's that one moment where he's spying on him. He never sees him. He looks up and he hears him, and I think there's where some
he's trying to get
semen ends up coming.
Semen is has many different connotations in this film too.
Dafoe, his own character would switch. He'd go hot and cold. If he always acted the one way and the other guy always acted another way.
There's that one point where their dynamic shifts and he becomes basically his dog, and he's dragging him around on a leash.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what the hell's going on there.
I'm not sure Robert Eggers knows what the hell's going on or wants people to know what's going on. I mean, it's supposed to be cryptic.
Yeah,
and
that's what I like about it.
Was there something else that bugged you about the movie as you were watching it the first time?
It doesn't have much of a plot, which can
there's no plot.
Right, which can be okay. There are a lot of movies and stage productions that, the Waiting for Godot's of the world, that don't really have much plot. That's all character.
It has some Godot in it.
Yeah, and that's all character and scenery and mood.
That's a really good example of a movie that could be
easily
on a stage.
It needed a better script. I feel like that he thought this was going to be his magnum opus. This was going to be the movie that people talk about in 50 years.
Riding high from the witch, too.
Right.
Maybe he thought...
Sure.
Do you think he was smelling his own farts?
Oh, a lot. And so I think was the studio. He's a rookie. He's the Bryce Harper of the world that, first game hits a home run.
Yep.
And people are just write this guy a check and let his genius flow a little bit.
Yeah.
Let him do what he wants to do. And then he has this vision that on paper sounds great. Herman Melville, Tales of the Sea, of madness and darkness. So there's maybe a little apocalypse now. There's a MacGuffin that, the light, what does it represent? Mm-hmm. What sort of dark things are hiding in their soul? I mean, it sounds great, and it's why I was so excited about it.
And the seagulls were a big part of the.
Sure.
Yeah, he has lots of bird imagery in a lot of
Right.
his films.
Yeah.
Which is also Coleridge, Rhymes of the Ancient Mariner.
Let's talk about what I think is becoming his De Niro, William Dafoe.
Hark! Triton! Hark!
3 movies in a row. He's used Dafoe, starting with The Lighthouse.
Defoe's really not in the next film, The Northman, very much, but
He's in it though. He's in it. He's got some dialogue. So, what did you think of Dafoe in The Lighthouse?
All right, I'm going to say something that most people will disagree with. I think Willem Dafoe is a solid but really overrated actor.
Danny!
He's quite good at looking crazy.
Is it crazy or intensity?
Well, both. I mean, that's a thin line between the two, and I think he crosses over that, which is what a lot of people like. But I think in this movie in particular, I've said I see a little Green Goblin and a little Popeye.
No one says no to me!
He's a salty tar.
I know, but it's
Does he go?
he's crossed the line from character into caricature.
You see camp.
It's absolutely.
How much is he like the Simpsons sea captain?
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
Tis no man, tis a remorseless eating machine. Arr.
A little bit, and that's where it gets campy and over the top.
Yes, it's cryptic. To me, it's like an experience. It doesn't have to totally make sense, but I like the experience I get while watching it.
I would like to counter and say, first of all, he seemed really focused on making the type of movie we're describing. I just think he did a really bad job at it.
That's fair, yeah.
And he brought it, he wanted the visual elements. He wanted the big shadows. He wanted the tight space. Right. And I think he even filmed it in a certain frame.
Yeah, it's like a narrow, almost TV format.
And he wanted all this, again, for it to be discussed in film schools and analyzed. We've all done things in our life that we'd said, that was good. I wish I could have done it again and done a better job. I think a more mature filmmaker with maybe less of an ego right at that moment might have edited the script.
I agree with what you just said, but at the same time, we know him to be a meticulous, attention to detail director. He takes his time. Mm-hmm. And he really, I could see him going over that script for several rewrites and several.
Maybe he needed more outside voices. To be honest, if he had better actors in those 2 roles, I think it would have been better.
I didn't mind them as actors, but I agreed that I think he was just okay, Pattinson. And I think there was a little too much Willem Dafoe.
I thought they were both great.
Smell like jism, like rotten dick, like curdled foreskin, like hot onions. Fuck the farmyard shithouse.
He moves on to The Northman. It is a slightly bigger budget, I believe.
Wise in measure should each man be, yet wise enough to be the fool.
Wise enough to be the fool.
This is his first epic. It's based on Scandinavian folk tales, which became the basis for Hamlet.
When does The Northman take place, roughly?
It's like the 10th century. This is the era of like
the
Vikings. The Viking invasions of all of like Western Europe. The movie gets like the berserker mentality that they had, where they would just like be getting this like animalistic like fervor.
Definitely starts out showing the life of the prince as a young boy. Ethan Hawke plays his dad.
Nicole Kidman.
Kidman.
She's Queen Gertrude. But I forget her name. It's not Gertrude.
I found her a little distracting because of her plastic surgery.
Her plastic surgery face is so distracting in this.
Did they have plastic surgery back then?
Apparently they did. He's such a stickler for period detail, except for the fucking teeth. Everyone's got perfectly straight white teeth in this.
I think this film was a really safe bet for him. In other words, choosing an epic, choosing Vikings, choosing a story that, unlike The Lighthouse, isn't convoluted, actually goes somewhere, has a very clear narrative. I liked it. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah.
But it didn't bring anything particularly new. Like all his previous movies, even The Lighthouse, which I didn't like, there's things there that were surprising. There wasn't much surprising here.
So I've watched it twice, and it grew on me a little bit the second time, and I do love the look. I mean, granted, Iceland's a great place to film. It's a revenge story.
It's Hamlet.
It's Hamlet. It is a little long.
It's too long. Anya Taylor-Joy returns to work with Eggers again from The Witch, and she plays a Slavic Russian slave. And there are times where she looks too much like fucking Pam Bondi.
I was curious about does he keep the same people around with his productions?
Ralph Ineson shows up in this briefly. I think he's a Russian sailor. And Kate Dickie is in this too, very briefly. I think a lot of her scenes were cut, but she's in the servitude with Anya Taylor-Joy.
And Willem Dafoe has a cameo, but it's a pretty big cameo.
The soothsayer.
Yeah. And that voice is back.
Yeah, and his head has a cameo later on.
Yeah, that's right. His head. That's right.
Bjork is in this too as another like soothsayer,
that's right.
Wizardess.
What happened to Bjork, like musically? Like she was wonderful and had a really interesting voice.
Absolutely. Now she's doing occasional cameos for Robert Eggers.
There you go.
Release me.
You cannot escape what fate the norms have spun.
I don't think anyone was a standout. Sarsgaard was good.
He's fine.
Ethan Hawke was okay. Bad guy was good.
His name is Claes Bang. He's a Danish actor. It's a great name. I like that he incorporated all like Scandinavian mythology and like Viking history into it. But I don't know, for some reason it's just never fully connected with me.
I feel the same way.
You know, pretty much everyone likes epic tales of warriors, you know, seeking revenge.
It's also basically the Conan the Barbarian story too.
Yes, it is.
But that is a great movie. Like,
Hear the lamentations of the women.
yes, Conan, what is good? And then, you know, the whole like humping the witch and then throwing her in the fire, you know.
Oh, yeah.
It's a little bit like Odysseus humped a witch too, but didn't, you know, throw her in her fire.
You know, The Northman, I think was the casting was fine, acting was okay. There's an interesting thing about Nosferatu. They wanted him to do that much earlier.
Well, he wanted to do it much.
No. They were saying, we want you to do this. But he was like, guys, it's too early.
Oh, interesting.
So it was right after which they were saying, dude, do this.
So
good on him to say,
time's not right.
I'm not ready to do Nosferatu.
Right.
I want to do it justice. Nosferatu, I watched it for my third time.
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times.
It is so well made.
Yeah.
I think this is my favorite screen version of the Dracula story. Without a doubt.
Oh, and that's a really hard story to tell. I mean, a lot of these 19th century, you know, works of literature, putting them on film and doing justice to the literature and still making them scary and move at a good pace is really challenging. Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein, which just came out, I thought he did a really admirable job for a really hard movie to make. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but some people actually say Guillermo del Toro's movie stuck too closely to the Frankenstein story. That he
Did you see it?
I have not seen it.
Okay.
It's worth seeing. It's great.
I do want to see it.
It's solid. I don't know but that's another review.
And Dracula is a hard story to tell.
The book is mostly just journal entries.
Exactly. Obviously, he made it his own. You know, he didn't stick too closely to the Bram Stoker story. I actually think Bela Lugosi is a great actor. Not a good actor, a great actor. And his presence on film isn't something that can be taught. There's a reason he is the definitive Dracula.
There are some scary moments in that movie. Very disturbingly scary moments.
I love the historical setting. It's like the 1830s German Confederation. It's not quite
So
the
good.
German nation state yet.
That guy's voice. I don't know if it is Sarsgaard that does the voice.
The voice is great.
But that voice has me pulled in immediately.
It's terrifying.
You have to, because you never really see Nosferatu or Count Orlok.
Well, you do.
But
shadows
he's kept
profiles
in the distance and in shadows and out of focus shots for a lot of it. And he just got the voice to actually draw you into the character.
There's that great scene where he's walking over here. It's kind of in your peripheral. And then suddenly he goes out of frame barely.
And then he appears.
And then here he is pouring the drink. And it's so well done.
Right.
Lots of like just practical effects like that just work perfectly.
And I like the actor who played the
Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's the Jonathan Harker character.
I thought he was great. And I got to give credit to Johnny Depp's daughter.
Lily Rose Depp, who has her father's face, which is a little distracting at times.
Mostly in the eyes.
And the mouth, the droopy mouth too. A little bit.
Maybe the cheekbones.
But she's really good, especially like in the scenes where she's possessed.
Mm-hmm.
Very like evocative of The Exorcist in a lot of those scenes. Ralph Ineson returns as Dr. Sievers. He's great in this. He's just the solid, like, bound to science guy who maybe there's a supernatural element happening here. Brings in the Van Helsing character, Dr. Von Franz.
Played by
everyone's favorite Willem Dafoe.
Do not tell me you believe in such medieval devilry.
I do not believe. I know! I have seen things in this world that would have made Isaac Newton crawl back into his mother's womb. Yar!
Yar!
He's got so many great lines in this.
He was great.
Right.
I like Willem Dafoe in this.
I do too. I mean, I think he does a very good job.
Yeah.
I think he's a solid actor. He stays within the lanes too.
He is over the top in this, though.
He is.
Her dark bond with the beast shall redeem us all. For when the sun's pure light shall break upon the dawn, redemption.
You should mention that this is the first time since The Witch that Eggers has decided to give small children a horrible death. They set it up really well. The little girls,
perfectly set.
The little girls are like, "I'm scared. There's something in our
There's a monster in our room." And then there actually is.
Oh, girls.
Right.
There's no monster in your room. Let's go to bed now. And they did that a few times.
And then they die horribly.
They die horribly by Nosferatu.
Basically, you've got Count Orlok, who's the physical body, but Nosferatu in this is like this demon. So they're almost like two different entities in a way.
I don't know if I thought of it like that.
It is. I think that's why when she's possessed, it's actually the Nosferatu demon that is talking through her. It's not Count Orlok.
Are you sure? You're
That's my interpretation.
Okay. Maybe.
I could
But
be
is
wrong.
that is a vampire therefore just a possessed corpse?
This takes a different sort of spin on the vampire mythology. Nicholas Holt's character gets bitten, but he doesn't get turned into a vampire. Like they're not continuing that part of the mythology.
Maybe. Well, I mean, my understanding of the vampire myth has always been people that were searching to conquer death. Unlike zombies who are reanimated corpses and not themselves. But a vampire, from my understanding, is someone that, by choice or not by choice, has sort of taken the blood from another vampire and therefore entered this world without death. But what keeps them alive is by sucking, by feeding off the living, being that
And their
parasite.
soul is still there. It's just taking a covenant.
That's what
with
I thought.
the
Right,
devil.
their soul has sort of gone dark. Their personality is still there.
Yeah.
I think he's just an embodiment of
He is the embodiment of evil, for sure.
evil, and that's
Death.
just who he is.
He's death personified.
You know, the Dracula mythology sort of isn't just death personified. In some ways, it's disease, which is life at its most aggressive.
He's like a virus, basically. Yeah, I love the cinematography, and I love how, for most of the movie, it's this muted blue color
Yeah.
until Count Orlok, Nosferatu, dies, and then color finally enters the film.
You could really analyze this movie in terms, from a feminist perspective, in terms of she has to him to save.
She's saving humanity by some guy.
Right, by a 9-inch, you know, walking corpse. So,
Which we do see that 9-inch
right.
prosthetic.
There's a shadowy 9-inch in one of those scary scenes. So ultimately, I think we all agree Nosferatu was another success
like I said,
by Robert Eggers.
He's currently in pre-production of his next film, Werewolf. This takes place in 9th century England. So the pre-Norman invasion. So
Wow.
I'm really looking forward to this movie.
So some serious old Anglo-Saxon vibe.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to it too. I look forward to all this stuff,
Yeah.
which is a sign of a great director.
Yeah.
Because there are other directors, like I used to look forward to everything Wes Anderson did, and I don't anymore.
I don't know you.
Should we rank his films?
I think I can predict here that Bill and I are going to have the same ranking.
Okay.
I would give The Lighthouse a C-.
Wow.
It's not an F, It's not. It's not a terrible.
I thought you were going to give it enough.
No, it's not enough. It's a movie that didn't quite work.
It didn't deliver the way you thought it was going to deliver.
No, and I don't. I'm not sure it delivered the way he wanted it to deliver.
All right, then what's your? You said Northman is your.
Yeah, and I'd give it a B. I don't think in the future anyone's going to be talking about the Northman.
I think you're right about that.
I think I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to be a nitpicky teacher and say I'm giving Nosferatu a 93%. It's almost an A-. I'm going to give The Witch, I mean, close to 100%. People talk about perfect movies.
Yeah.
It's close to a perfect movie.
It is.
It's every shot drives the story along in a way that The Lighthouse does not.
And it is the right length.
Couldn't cut anything from it. You couldn't. There's literally, it's as tight a movie as you could make it to keep the whole scope of the film.
Yeah.
I would actually give The Lighthouse a C+. I would give The Northman I'm going to give it a B-. It's good, but I think it was just missing something for me. I'm going to give Nosferatu a solid A. And I'm, just for the hell of it here, I'm going to give The Witch an A+. Go ahead.
So my bottom ranking is The Northman. I love the look of the movie. It's well shot. I love the story.
Mm-hmm.
It just didn't ultimately connect with me. That, to me, is a B-. Second to that is Nosferatu.
Oh, no.
And that is an A.
No.
Wait.
It's an A- because it's too long.
You're going to give Nosferatu an A-. That's still really good.
Yeah.
I mean, okay.
No,
Next, number 2 on my list is The Witch.
See, I don't believe you now. He's lying.
All right, wait. What grade do you give?
I give The Witch an A.
All right, you give The Witch an A, solid A.
Solid A. And my favorite Eggers film is The Lighthouse.
I don't believe you.
Contrarian!
Absolutely.
Contrarian.
No, you're just right. Now you're just...
Like I said, I love the experience. I like the whole vibe that I get.
So what do you give it, an A+?
I'm going to give it an A.
So it ties with The Witch.
It ties with The Witch, but I'm going to have to, because I would actually go back and watch The Lighthouse again before I would watch The Witch again.
We're all three giving The Witch and Nosferatu both A's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're giving The Lighthouse.
I'm giving The Lighthouse
an A as well.
This is also the guy that I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Phantom Menace, for a while, you called an A.
I didn't call it an A, but I liked it.
You really liked it.
I was in denial with that, though.
No, you weren't in denial.
Yes, I
was.
was.
You were being a contrarian.
What I always remember is Lord of the Rings. I was on the phone with Chris. I said, "Oh, you just saw the final Lord of the Rings. What is the King one?
Return of the King.
Return of the King." And he goes, A+. And I'm like, A+.
No.
All right. Anyway, I go see it, and I'm like, oh my God. They had a half an hour ending of them jumping on a bed like together. And,
it's the worst of the three by a lot. No.
And then I saw the epilogue where they're jumping on the bed in slow motion. I'm like, this is not an A+.
No, you almost walked out of that movie.
You know, in the book Return of the King, there's actually a third act where they go back to the Shire and Saruman is taking it over.
Do they jump on the bed some more?
After they defeat Saruman and his goons, yeah.